Okay, so morning guys, welcome to another review from me, Matt, the Bearded Berserker. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, whatever you're getting up to and whatever you're doing. As long as you're making the most out of life, that's all that matters. And welcome to another review. Now before I start, I say this each and every time, I know, but a huge, massive thank you to each and every one of you guys out there that's supporting me over there on Instagram as Viking Beard Matt, liking and following and enjoying my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, because what I'm trying to do here over there on my Instagram page is to purely help support and promote small brands, individuals and craftsmen out there that are making some amazing products, and not these huge massive brands that, let's face it, you've got a shed ton of money that they can throw at marketing, promoting and advertising their products, that these smaller brands don't have that. So they have to work so much harder in order to get their products onto the market. They'll come into direct competition with other brands and these huge massive brands. So they literally have to make the best products that they possibly can. And I'm finding that with these reviews that I'm doing, 99% of the time, they are epic. Now, with all the reviews I do on my channel, stuff that I go out and buy myself, stuff that gets sent through to me, I'm completely honest with each and every one of my reviews, and that is what I've said from the start, and that is the only way that it was going to be. Everything I do is my own opinion. I'm completely unbiased. So if there's something I love about a product, I'll say why I like it. If there's something I don't like, using constructive criticism, I will say why I don't particularly like it. And I'm not affiliated to any of these brands whatsoever. Now I've got kind of a slightly different review this morning. It's kind of a bit of a talk about beard combs, because I was sent through a beard comb a couple of days ago to have a look at, see what I think of, and in my opinion, I believe so far, these 2 years of growing a beard, I've found the best beard comb on the market. And this is my opinion, but we shall see and see what you guys think to it. Please drop a like I say, down below, and I will be putting links to this comb in this review in the description box down below. So please give them some support, help them and follow them. So I need me reading glasses for this, because if not, I can't read my notes in front of me, because I'm an old git with an iPad, and I always get confused and I always start doing a review without wiping my glasses because I'm that stupid. But anyway, so obviously with a beard and hair on your head, you need a comb, brush and stuff like that. Now, when you start growing a beard, where's it gone? Oh, it's over here. When you first start growing a beard, and before you're having a beard, you assume that is a comb, which, to be honest, this is a comb, but you don't want to be using cheap, nasty plastic combs on your beard and on your hair on your head as well. And this goes, I suppose, as well if you're a female with hair on your head and maybe not so much a beard, because females tend not to grow beards. But the reason you don't want to use these combs, the cheap, nasty 30p to a pound plastic ones, is these are kind of like injection molded. So you've got the mold that goes together, the plastic gets pushed into it, mold separates, these get tipped out. And the problem with that is between each and every one of these tines, teens, spikes, prongs, whatever you want to call it, you get a little build up and sort of bits of excess plastic stuck to it and everything. So when you do bring it through your hair and your beard, there is a chance of it snagging, cutting, breaking and damaging your beard hair and hair on your head. So these ones are kind of like pretty much a no-go. They're okay for when you're at school and everything like that, but when you are growing beards and everything, you don't really want to be using these at all. You can buy regular brands, sort of combs that do look like this, that are finished properly and stuff like that. Clark combs is one of them and everything else. But as your beard starts to grow, you go out and you buy proper beard combs, which can be used on the head of your hair as well. And as your beard is starting to grow, a regular kind of like gap and distance between the prongs is great. You know, it gets through your hair because it's not particularly thick and everything like that. And the reason that you tend to start buying handmade combs and stuff like that is that between each and every one of these prongs, everything is kind of usually done by hand. There is no excess bits of wood sticking out, and these tend to be hand finished. And so this is great. This is still great and useful for me as a moustache comb and everything. But as your beard grows, you then tend to change and use a wider spaced one so it gets through your hair, less chance of it trapping, sort of lots of your hair trapping in there and then getting pulled and everything, because you want something that goes through it nice and easily, that doesn't pull and you have to kind of like drag it through and everything. So something that goes through quite nice and easily. And with a lot of these combs and everything, they tend to be made out of sandalwood, pearwood, peachwood and stuff like that. So this one's from Savage Alchemy, and these combs, apart from that nasty plastic one that I'm going through in order to get to the review today, there is nothing wrong with whatsoever, okay? This one is actually from Savage Alchemy. It's a very nicely well-made beard comb. Moving on, as my beard developed and my beard grew, and it's still growing now, I've only had it cut once in the past 1 3/4 years. My next trim is due in March. And with my beard, I'm starting to get to the point, rather than straightening it every day, I'm just letting it do its natural thing, if you know what I mean. It has this kind of wave that it goes this way, goes in a bit, and then it starts going that way. When I straighten it within a couple of hours, my beard is sort of bounced back up again. So I'm just letting it do it au naturel now, despite what people say, oh, you should have it trimmed and everything. No. Once a year trim is enough for me, because I'm trying to see what my optimum length is before I then choose a style and everything. So from this, I then progressed to one of these. Now, slightly wider gap between the prongs, a lot longer prongs on there, so it goes all the way through, pretty much to the back, and then I comb out my beard. Again, as you can see, in between these, this one's from Opie's Beard Comb. No nasty bits, and they're all rounded off and everything, so it goes through really nicely without trapping your hair. Another one that I use, and I do use this fairly constantly, this one's from Cyril and Salter. This one is a buffalo horn comb. This one I purely use for my tash. When I've got tash wax on there and everything, doing a bit of styling with it, this is what I'll use as my tash comb. And as you can see, the same with this one, there are no jagged bits or nasty bits in between those that will trap, snag and break and damage the hair. Another way that you can go is the beard brush. Beard brushes, for me personally, I need a swig of coffee. That's nice. Beard brushes tend, for me, they tend to be a bit abrasive against my hair, because my hair on my beard is not ridiculously thick like some people's out there and everything. And beard brushes for me are great when you've kind of got shorter beard and stubble and stuff like that. Whereas for me, with the beard brush now, it's kind of like, it seems like it's dragging more, which I don't want to be doing with my beard. I want something to go through it nice and easily and gently without pulling the hair out and everything. And you tend to find this one's from Dodge City. There is nothing wrong with it. This one again is from OP's. There are nothing wrong with them. They tend to be made out of badger bristles, bull bristles and stuff like that. You can get synthetic ones, but I prefer the natural ones. So there is nothing wrong with any of the ones that I have shown you so far. And this one's a bit dirty because I have been using this constantly pretty much since I got it. This one from Audacious Beard Company. A beard brush with wooden spikes on it and everything, but they're all rounded, finished off. And I find with this one, I can kind of give my beard a bit of volume, if you know what I mean. As opposed to pulling it down straight, I can almost, not back comb it as such, but I can kind of, there you go, you can see, kind of give it a bit more of a, give it a bit more body. So this was great. Still kind of had the problem with odd hairs coming out and stuff on it, but you will lose hairs anyway. And then a few days ago, nothing wrong with that, that was kind of like my weapon of choice. Then a few days ago, I got a new comb through. So first of all, we're going to be looking at this comb that was sent through. We're going to be having a look at the comb that was sent through, the packaging and everything else. What I think of it, I will be putting links down below and see what you guys think to it. So a few days ago, this arrived in the mail. Obviously, it was in an outer envelope and everything. And the comb that was sent through is from Torcall of Edinburgh. So nice logo on the front of it. One of these little sort of string tie ones. Quite a nice little envelope and packaging and everything else like that. There was no sign of any plastic in there or anything, which was good because I am now keeping an eye on how stuff turns up, whether it's in recyclable, reusable and everything like that, and not plastic stuff, so that was nice. Nice logo on there. Inside of that was the tissue paper that the comb came in, and a couple of cards. Certificate of authenticity. This hereby certifies this is an authentic comb by Torcall of Edinburgh, model Thistle Street, comb number 7. Thank you for ordering from Torcall of Edinburgh. Thank you very much to Joshua for sending this through. If you have any queries or need assistance, please get in touch directly through Facebook or by emailing. Like I say, I will be putting links down below. And also on the back of this, you have care instructions. Your comb has been sealed using a traditional method of boiling in linseed oil, which nourishes the wood and creates a water-resistant coating. Prolonged water immersion is not recommended, nor exposure to extreme heat or light. You might find the comb seeps small amounts of oil as it ages. This is perfectly normal and will eventually cease. Please be aware, do not leave your comb on sensitive surfaces which may stain. To clean, simply wipe lightly with a damp cloth and allow to dry completely. For more information, please visit www.torcallofedinburgh.com. So that was what was sent through. And this is the comb itself. And like I say, I think I've found for those of you that use beard combs out there, the ultimate beard comb. And this is it. Now, all of these from Torcall of Edinburgh, I've been chatting with Joshua backwards and forwards over the past week or so. And all of these are all handmade by one person. They're completely bespoke. They are made out of oak. A lot of the others, like I said, you'll find are made out of pear, cedar wood, and what's the other one? Peach wood. This one is made out of oak that is at least 60 years old. And the cool thing as well with this is if you buy a comb, some of that money or £1 from that money actually goes into replanting new trees and everything, which is fantastic. I'm all for that. A bit of conservation, which is good. We should be doing more of that. Now, the comb itself, there you go, Torcall of Edinburgh. It's a nice curved design, and I believe they do 5 various designs. It's a chunky monkey is this one, whereas a lot of the ones you tend to find are quite thin. And I'm not saying I have a problem with any of these other ones so far, but personally for me, I've found this one absolutely brilliant. Came with a little bit of blue ribbon on it. I've left the ribbon on it to show you exactly how it arrived. And one thing I really like about it, the gaps between them. These are all hand sanded, and there is actually a width to this. It goes down slightly in the middle, the width all the way up to thickness. And I'm finding with this, you can use it like a brush, and it goes all the way for me, the same as this one, from the front to the back, if you know what I mean. It is really, really nice, and it's got a really nice earthy kind of smell to it as well, because obviously it's been boiled in linseed oil. And this is what's also known as functional art, because on the back of it, obviously Joshua is very proud of his roots and where he comes from and everything. So on the back is a design of the bird's eye view of Newtown Street layout, an iconic architecture of the 4th rail bridge. So on the back of this, you can see etched into it is this bird's eye design of the 4th bridge and Newtown Street, which is really, really nice, because obviously it comes from Scotland, or Edinburgh in Scotland. And so it's really nice to kind of get some of that history, the etching into it and everything like that to support where he comes from, which is absolutely great. With all these combs, they are bespoke, so the grain's going to be completely different and everything on there. And if you notice, the etching is even done on the spines as well. And it is just, it's one of those things that you just kind of pick up, and it's been like, that's nice. The wife had a look at it and picked it up yesterday, and she's like, I'm having that. And it's like, no, you are not. This isn't mine. I said, if you want one, you can go out and buy your own. Like I say, it's got a slight curve to it as well. So you can see that these ones are level and these ones face up. And it is really, really good whether you decide to use it that way, use the whole thing this way, or just hold it like a brush and go that way. I love the thickness of it. And it's got a really nice ergonomic feel, if you know what I mean. And this actual design is called Thistle Street. I say there's 4 or 5 other designs. I think there's 5 in total. This one's called Thistle Street. And it's one of those things that's just really nice to hold and play with and touch. You've got sort of tear shape on the sort of handle end. And it's got a nice, it's not straight if you look at it. It has got a warp to it and everything of the wood. And it's just a thing of beauty. If I hold it up, you can see how well that sanded between those, so there is not a single splinter of wood that sticks out from them. It glides through my beard absolutely brilliantly, and I like it as well because if you remember with the Vikings and Norse and everything else with their beards, they were great kind of like grooming themselves and everything, and a lot of their beard combs and stuff like that they found in historical digs have all been etched and stuff like that. And this is, to be honest, going to quite happily last my entire life, however long that might be, not probably particularly that long. And I do like the thickness of it because there is less chance of it snapping, there's less chance of it having it in your pocket and it breaks and everything because you've got that added thickness of the prongs and everything, and it is just simply stunning. And I have to admit, other than this beard brush that I use to give my beard a bit of volume, this is the best beard comb I've actually ever used. It's really nice, and obviously it comes with a price because they're all bespoke, handmade, and it's functional art and everything else like that, but it is a very good comb, and they come in at £37.97, bearing in mind that some of that money does go to planting trees back, so it's an even better reason as well. And like I say, why go out and spend like 3, 4, 5 quid on a beard comb and everything? Just buy one of these. It'll last you for the rest of your life if you obviously keep it nice and everything. Don't start submerging it in water. And I highly, highly recommend it. The customer service has been absolutely phenomenal with Torcall of Edinburgh. Constantly backwards and forwards, back and forwards. I really hope you like it. And it's nice when you do chat to these craftsmen, artisans, and makers of cool stuff out there, that they're so passionate about what they are doing, and it did come over that way, especially with the history behind it, the 60-year-old oak that's used in it. And I think £37.97 for something that's going to last the rest of my life, quite happily go out and pay that, if not a little bit more. And I would like to thank Joshua so much from Torcall of Edinburgh for sending this through. I will be buying another one for my wife because she's now going, I want to get one, but I want the other design. Well, yeah, all right, fine, I'll get you one. So I will be buying one for the wife because she loves it. But thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed that. And in my opinion, so far, this is my favourite beard comb on the market. And I think it's a stunning piece of art as well as functional and usable. Another swig of coffee. Now, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this review. Please feel free to comment down below. I do read and will respond to each and every comment that is made. I will be putting links down below in the description box for Torcall of Edinburgh. Thank you so much for them sending that through. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Please keep taking care of each other. Keep on helping and supporting each other. Keep on loving each other and growing those beards. Have a wonderful day, and I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next review from me, Matt, the Bearded Berserker. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day. Thank you.